Bet the mail's here.
I got it last time.
I'm busy.
Busy.
For some people, living with painful hips or knees can turn little jobs into big jobs. But it doesn't have to be that way. Today, physicians and patients are partnering together, choosing from a new generation of treatments and therapies that can not only reduce hip and knee pain, but restore a little spring. Life's too short to be stuck in the slow lane. To get up to speed on just how far hip and knee treatments have come, visit orthoinfo.org, a public service message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Don't forget tomorrow's trash day.
My lifestyle is centered around what I do professionally. The work that I do is fulfilling, it's fascinating, and it's something I love to do. That's why I still work at my age.
This is one type of hip fracture here.
So the last thing Margot Allen needed in her busy life was to break her hip.
Hip fractures are miserable, painful injuries for 300,000 Americans every year. It affects not only the individual, but their families. These painful injuries are devastating financially because they're very expensive to treat, and the rehabilitation can be very prolonged.
For patients like Margot, surgery was the only option. And now a new study finds that the cost of surgery are more than offset by the economic value of returning patients back to productivity and to their regular level of activity. The study is sponsored by the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons and published in the current issue of Clinical Orthopedics and Related Research.
This is the first study to look at the economic outcomes of patients who had surgery versus those who were unable to have surgery. And what we found is that the patients who had surgery saved about $65,000 over the cost of patients who were unable to have surgery, which translated into about $16 billion a year.
Margot had her surgery almost 6 months ago. Today, she is grateful for her mobility.
Moving around great. Walking is easy, getting up and down, in and out of bed, in and out of the car, out from behind my desk, even bending over now and picking things up and reaching things that were not reachable to me initially.
Hi, Margot.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you.
For patients, the message is hope. The old message that when you break your hip, your life is over. The message should be that when you break your hip, you get it repaired and you can continue to be very functional.
And for Margot, that meant she could get back to the work she loves. This is Jack Trammell.